my name is Emily Kramer Throckmorton, and for a decade, I have dedicated myself to enable accessible and inclusive fitness training. What if I told you that fitness was for everyone, regardless of ability or impairment? I'm talking about individuals who have suffered neuromuscular or neurological trauma, such as spinal cord injuries or strokes. Men and women with amputations, meaning the loss or removal of a body part, or individuals who suffered a traumatic brain injury that may be visible or invisible. There are 61 million Americans who live with a disability. This population needs us the most. I want you all to think about all the times that you made an excuse to not go to the gym. Did you press that snooze button and stay in bed a little bit longer? Whatever it is, just know you are not the only one in this room. Do you know that the average American will make 61 excuses to validate their decisions per year? That is 6 excuses daily. The adaptive population needs us the most. In 2020, I had the privilege of working out with a handful of wounded warriors. They were doing the exact same workout as me. They were doing deadlifts, box jumps, and running, all with a prosthetic on. This is what a no excuse mentality truly looked like. And I knew at that moment that I needed to create a place where individuals could come in and regain their strength and independence post-physical or post-traumatic impairment. Fast forward to today, I work with 30+ adaptive athletes ranging from veterans, wounded warriors, first responders, law enforcement officers, spinal cord injuries, amputees, and individuals who have suffered traumatic brain injuries. I have seen firsthand how fitness and community can be such a positive thing for these individuals. There is just something so special about shared challenges. I want to bring awareness and ideas on how to get these individuals living a healthier life, and the best way to do that is through functional fitness training. Functional fitness movements are going to mimic activities of daily living. These are movements that you're going to find in the real world, not just in a controlled environment. An adaptive athlete refers to those with various physical or neurological conditions, stroke survivors, amputees, wheelchair users, and other individuals that have long-term ailments that prevent them from participating in ordinary sports. Functional movements are the most effective and safe way to get these individuals more independent. The top 5 functional movements are the hip hinge, which enables us to be able to safely pick something up off the ground. So think a deadlift. The air squat, which mimics you getting in and out of a chair or a toilet. We focus so much on form and safety so that when you're on your own and a situation arises, you will have these movement patterns ingrained in your head. The press, which enables us to be able to safely put something up on a shelf. The push, which allows us to be able to get up off the ground. We've all heard the phrase, "I've fallen and I can't get back up." Well, that is exactly why we teach the push-up or the burpee. Everyone should have the ability to push themselves up off the ground. And lastly, I encourage each of you to train heavy carries. This is going to mimic you bringing in groceries or carrying in your kids. Weighted carries are one of the most effective training tools to build independence. So what does adapting look like, you ask? Adapting is about making movement modifications due to an athlete's limitations that retains the stimulus of the original workout, but may not exactly have the same movement patterns, which means it may look a little bit different than you or I. The top 3 strategies to adapt and modify a workout are the following. What is the objective of the movement? What are the major muscles and joints being used? And what is the functional movement theme? No matter what it is, the goal should always be safe and pain-free movements using full range of motion. An adaptive coach can be the most important factor in these athletes' overall performance inside the gym as well as outside the gym. Not only is there a physical crisis with this population, there is a mental crisis as well. An estimated 3.8% of the population experiences depression. Researchers estimate that about 1 in 3 women and 1 in 5 men will experience major depression by the time they are 65 years old. I have seen firsthand how fitness and health and community can play such an important role in these individuals' lives, especially in adaptive athletes. Research now indicates in the British Journals of Sports Medicine that physical activity is 1.5 times more useful at treating mild to moderate depression, anxiety, and stress than cognitive therapy or medical help. I have seen these athletes come into our facility with these feelings post-traumatic injury. They might feel like the world is crashing around them, or they might feel like they are completely alone, and then they realize they are in a room with athletes with the same exact injury. And the next thing we know, they are sweating together in the sunshine and fresh air. They're pushing one another in the workout. They're laughing with one another, and then they fist bump each other after the workout. And while our community might wholeheartedly recognize the importance of health and exercise, it is arguably still not the number one choice of medication being prescribed from those suffering from any sort of medical or mental health condition, but it absolutely should be. I distinctly remember starting to work with an adaptive athlete very young. He came to us very depressed. He wouldn't smile or talk, but he kept showing up. And fast forward to today, he has a huge smile on his face when he shows up to the gym. He hangs out with other adaptive athletes outside of the gym, and he does activities with me outside of the gym like triathlons. I have never been more proud of anything, and it truly starts with inclusion. Everyone is fighting a battle we know nothing about. It is so important to be kind and welcoming. So I want you to ask yourself this tonight: how can I make a difference? My mission is to bring people together through fitness, health, and celebrating differences. We all have the power to change lives for the better. Let's teach spinal cord injury athletes on how to do pull-ups again, or an above-the-knee amputee on how to squat again, or a stroke survivor on how to do a push-up again. Thank you so much for listening to my TEDx talk. Have a great night.